A federal judge in Texas has again ruled that the DACA immigration program is unlawful. The Obama-era program prevents hundreds of thousands of undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children from being deported. And it also allows them to work in the U.S. legally. The judge did not order an immediate end to the program, though. So joining me now with more on this is CBS News immigration reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez. Camila, I feel like I got sort of a little bit of whiplash with the legal wrangling when it comes to DACA. It goes back and forth. So let us just talk about where we are right now. Help us understand how the judge came to this conclusion, who brought this case, and what was the judge's conclusion?
Good morning, Anne-Marie. If it seems like there have been many rulings on this Obama-era program, it's because there have been. In 2017, the Trump administration tried to dismantle this program for hundreds of thousands of undocumented immigrants known as Dreamers who were brought to the U.S. as children. But federal courts blocked those efforts, including the Supreme Court in 2020 during the start of the pandemic. Now, this lawsuit was filed by Texas and other Republican-led states that have argued that the DACA policy was illegal. Back in 2021, Judge Andrew Hayden in Texas agreed with those Republican-led states and declared DACA unlawful. And then yesterday, he also declared that a Biden administration effort to codify the policy was also illegal, and he struck that down. Importantly, however, he said that the program can remain in place for the currently 600,000 current recipients who are enrolled in the program. The program, however, Anne-Marie, will remain closed to new applicants. The government right now is barred from enrolling new immigrants in the program.
And we see this sometimes with court cases that, particularly when judges know there's probably going to be an appeal filed, they kind of keep programs in place like DACA because it would be so disruptive to suddenly, shutter it.
That's right. And this is the second time that Judge Andrew Hayden has done this. Back in 2021, he declared DACA unlawful but kept the program intact for current recipients. He is doing the same thing this time around. And in both occasions, in both rulings, both in 2021 and the one he filed yesterday, he has expressed sympathy, Anne-Marie, for DACA recipients and their families, and has suggested that, as you mentioned, he does not want to upend and disrupt their lives. He also mentioned that the fate of this population needs to be decided by Congress, not the president or federal courts. And irrespective of what you think about his decision, Anne-Marie, he is right that only Congress can grant this population permanent legal status and a pathway to U.S. citizenship.
Which brings me to the obvious next question. Why has Congress not passed legislation and put this issue to bed?
The first proposal to grant this population legal status, Anne-Marie, was introduced in 2001, over 2 decades ago. And there have been many bipartisan proposals to put this population on a pathway to U.S. citizenship, but all of these proposals have failed, and they have been caught up in this broader partisan infighting and debate over other immigration issues such as security and asylum policy along the U.S.-Mexico border. And as long as Congress, Anne-Marie, remains gridlocked on this issue, the fate of this population will continue to be dictated by the president or by federal courts.
Yeah, I cannot imagine what it's like to live day to day, kind of on a razor's edge, never knowing if the rights and freedoms that you enjoy could be, sort of ripped up and taken away at any moment. Camilo, thank you very much.
Thanks, Anne-Marie.